I swear I'm not a channel that just does videos about AI. Welcome to a video about AI. This time around, a video game has been made 100% only from using artificial intelligence, the coding, the music, the art, the marketing material, I suppose. And we're here to have a look at it today. Is it going to be good? Probably not. Is it going to absolutely ruin a genre that I am a humongous fan of, the bullet heaven? Quite possibly. Welcome to Codex Mortis. This is a game that was very recently just released as a demo on Steam, and it is an homage to the bullet hell survivors-like genre, much like Vampire Survivors, Megabonk, etc. If that love letter was a pipe bomb wrapped in newspaper. There's been a big uptick in studios using AI in their games very recently. It could be textures, it could be voices. There's a lot of people and a lot of artists are using AI to help increase their work efficiency or help perfect their workflow, so to speak. And it's been an incredible topic for discussion over the last number of months, especially with games like Art Creators being nominated for awards at the Game Awards, even though there was a humongous amount of commentary around the game for AI in it that I think was like audio voice changers, and I think there was probably some other stuff related to it. But this game touts itself as being the first 100% vibe-coded playable game. I'm not actually sure too much on the legitimacy of that, if this is actually the very first AI made only game that has not really had a tremendous amount of human input into it. They have put the disclaimer that you're supposed to put on Steam as an AI content disclosure, saying the developer described how their game uses AI generated content like this. All code is AI vibe codes, also art, sound, music, and text. They also have this absurdly strange trailer that shows off the developer and the publisher, and I mean, it looks like shit. AI is getting better. It's fooling more and more people as the days go on, but this one is definitely not fooling anybody. This was done on like the free trial package of whatever particular wrapper they're using. That's just ChatGPT with a different coat of paint on it, man. And this one feels like a little bit personal to me because I am very big into the bullet heaven genre. If you have been following my channel for any length of time, if you're new here, welcome to the channel, subscribe. But I've done lots and lots of videos on bullet heavens over the years, and I never really get sick of them. I love a video game that tells me to walk up, down, left, and right, to shoot and fill my screen with projectiles, and generally, if you're a YouTube watcher or a stream watcher, create a mash of pixels that are completely undecipherable to the human eye. For instance, if you'd lend your eyes upon the screen, believe it or not, this is 1080p footage of a video game called Vampire Survivors. It is the absolute utmost of quality that I can record it in, but due to something called the confetti effect, it looks like there is 4 or 5 pixels on a screen, and every single one of them is fighting for their life. It has never been a genre that lends itself well to the viewer experience, but if you're a purveyor of that experience, if you like Vampire Survivors, if you like other Survivors or bullet heaven games, you understand the joy and the underlying autism that comes from number go up. I love number go up. It's why I've played MapleStory for the last 20 odd years on and off. It's why I like RuneScape. And God help me, it's why I like games like this. But I love bullet heavens that have some soul in them. I like ones that have their own take on it. The thing with survivor-like games and the things with bullet heavens is that Vampire Survivors laid out a very clean framework of what a game kind of should look like and what a game of this genre should be. And my favorite thing about the genre is having this one thing that I really like and I don't want changed, which is like the kind of core gameplay loop, and then having other people extrapolate on that, give it a twist, give it their own spin, give it their own style, and for the love of God, put some soul into it, man. But I think the issue is with this game, how much soul can a game actually have in it of this type when everything was just made by answering yes or no questions, typing in prompts, and basically having very minimal artistic input into the game. I have a very strong sneaking suspicion that it's not going to play like a love letter to the genre. It is instead going to play like a test tube homunculus that is begging and praying for death. And who knows, maybe this is the very first ever vibe-coded game that is 100% AI. There's no human input that's been put into any of the art, any of the music, any of the text, any of the code. But I feel like at the end of the day, this isn't really much of an achievement. if I'm being honest with you. The thing with a lot of people that get into game development, the thing that makes me interested in game development is, even if I have no coding experience, even if I have absolutely no intention of actually coding and making a game of my own, I had dreams as a child, would you believe? I always thought it would be cool to like make my own game. That was something that I always wanted to do, and as I grew older, I realized that that wasn't going to be the easiest thing in the world. I wanted to do game development when I was in high school going into university, but I ended up realizing that my maths was not very, very good, and they basically said, you're not good enough at maths, it's not going to happen. So I stupidly went and did law instead, and then dropped out after like a year because I hated it. But still, as I've grown as an adult, I've kind of dabbled in trying to learn how to program every now and then. And to be fair to the process, I have used LLMs when I've struggled to find any solution for something that I'm trying to run into, or ask it to help me come up with a solution to a problem. However, I'd say most of the time it spits back code that when I present it to some of my friends who are a little bit more knowledgeable in programming and coding, they don't really have any idea why or what the LLM is doing. And even AI program coding doesn't seem human to people that code some of the time. So the chances are I'll never get to make my dream game. And that game is basically just an idle game of a goblin fishing. I have the name for it. I had a whole concept design document drawn up that I did. It's never going to go anywhere because I don't have the time to learn how to code. That's fine. I've come to terms with that and I've learned to live with it. However, I appreciate that a lot of people who talk about things like this with AI in any artistic field like to harp on about the accessibility of it to other people. There was a thing with Suno recently where one of the founders or somebody who was high up in the company was talking about how when she was a very, very young girl, she always wanted to be a chart-topping musician and make pop music and all this kind of stuff, but she never had the money to do it. Let's not forget that like lots and lots of massive artists were making stuff on an iPad with GarageBand. They were making stuff on crappy laptops with cracked copies of Reaper, Cubase, Pro Tools, anything that they could get their hands on in, or Ableton. I remembered another one there. Anything people could get their hands on to make this music. I mean, hell, KSI, one of the biggest YouTubers on the earth, he would not be nearly as famous as he is. He would not have the whole Prime empire. He wouldn't be doing his boxing. He wouldn't have been in movies. He wouldn't have his music if it wasn't for the fact that he cracked a copy of Sony Vegas when he was a kid. And there's nothing wrong with that because back then the software was like $700 and it just made absolutely no sense for a 13-year-old to be spending money on that. Legally, I cannot say whether or not I did that as a child. What I will see now is that I do pay for my editing software, and God knows why. But yeah, I get it. It makes it accessible to other people, but you know what else it makes it accessible to? People that shouldn't be making things because they have no imagination, no soul, no artistry. It's going to open the floodgates to a bunch of people. I'm sorry, but like, I don't want to say art isn't for everybody, but sometimes you kind of like just have to leave it to the professionals, okay? And it's a very slippery slope, man, because like, okay, people start declaring that this thing has AI in it. Yeah, the art was generated with AI, but the code, maybe we just don't mention that the code was made with AI, and then maybe we don't mention that the music was made with AI, and then maybe we don't mention, and then all of a sudden people are just posting stuff on Steam, posting stuff on every platform that they can possibly post on with slop that has never had any human intervention in it. This game went from nothing to a full-fledged video game in 3 months, and I really just do want to see if you can tell by playing it. So, welcome to Codex Mortis, welcome to the channel. There's a non-0% chance that I am downloading a Bitcoin miner onto my computer as we speak to try out this game. 100% made with AI, absolutely zero human intervention. Subscribe, give the video a like, and pray for me. Okay, I literally just booted the game up and I got 3 achievements for... I'm not really sure what exactly. That doesn't seem like a good start. I gotta look at the credits. AI. Oh, they're actually credited in the AI. So Olaf is the game director and lead developer. Then Quads, the code support and optimization. Also, the code support and optimization was credited to Grok. Shout out to Elon Musk. The art was made with ChatGPT image for sprites and graphics. The audio was made with 11 Labs and Suno AI. The publisher is also credited here for some reason. The marketing, Nano Banana. I think that's I'm assuming that's another AI one. I've never heard of like either of these before. I mean, I've heard of this one, but I've never heard of this AI before. Quality assurance. These are the ones that are the human beings. Special thanks to the community, beta testers, and Coffee for making it all possible. Made with passion and dark magic. We will fucking see about that, won't we? Off the bat, the UI doesn't look too crazy. This is like a dumb thing to be worrying about, I suppose. It's also weird that you've added like numeric keys to hotkeys on the menu. So for instance, if I press 3, it opens up the options, and then this is like a really awful UI to be operating with. It's difficult to like see and read. I'm gonna assume localization is fantastic, by the way, but I'm gonna assume that every single one of these is just you write something and then you're like, can you translate that into English for me, or can you translate that into Polish, or can you translate that into Mandarin for me? And then you're like, well, we have 1 billion localizations, so I wonder what it's like in other languages as well, especially languages that have like a little bit of nuance to them, like Mandarin or something like that. We'll see though. Let's quick play. This UI is a fucking mess. Okay, where are we right now? Do I need to go up here? Add hero. All unlocked heroes are already in your roster. We have Bone Spear, Life Drain, Soul Burn, Ray Skeleton. All of these images are incredibly low resolution compared to everything else. So we have the Necromancer. Wait, can we play as all these characters? This is just the demo, and there's like a bajillion characters. Rosalind, Romantic Skeletal Lord of Love and Death. I'm just gonna go with the default character here because this seems like too much of a fucking nightmare to put everything through. Sorry, we have another spell that's available called Blood Magic. I'm not gonna bother. We have upgrades. Choose your path. Fucking hell, what am I looking at, man? Let's go back. Spell slots. We've unlocked the second spell slot, third and the fourth. Sure. I'm just send me back, and then equipped artifacts. We have the old book, plus 10% max HP. Achievements. There's a lot of them. The build code. Okay, so presumably that's something to do with you can import and export other people's builds into it. One thing that's really annoying that I'm not lending credence to how annoying it is when you press back, it kind of like flashes up the main menu a little bit every single time between transitions, which I feel like is something that you would absolutely need to iron out, but I don't know how you would if you have no idea how to code. Let's start our mission at the Forgotten Graveyard where the dead refuse to rest. Enemy spawn rate multiplier. I mean, we'll just go 1 times. We'll go difficulty level normal, and then I don't see a button that is play. Okay, I mean, yeah, we'll click that. That's fair enough. Sure. Oh, fucking hell. What is going on, man? It's just spamming me with achievements, and it's... What are we... It's like laggy, man. Choose your upgrade. Increase area effect to Soul Burn. Sure, we'll go with the legendary one. So I'm assuming that we have like some kind of corpse explosion here. We've already got kill 100 enemies. We've got another achievement. We're picking up gems, and I'll be honest with you, we're lagging already. Cooldown of Soul Burn. Let's increase the damage of our Soul Spear. How about that? I think we have to, yeah, we have to collect some pages here. Sure, increased area. We like the increased area of effect. We'll keep going with area of effect. Collect 500 souls is another achievement. It is not giving me any opportunity with which to not have an achievement on my screen at some point. We opened, oh, there's a mini map, and I can see that there's things up there. Another level up. What do we want to go for? 93% damage on Bone Spear. That's pretty good. Not a lot of, I mean, we opened a Shattered Ossuary box, and we also activated something else. What is this? This is also a bone pile. We opened Bone Offertory Bowl, or whatever. I don't know what I'm looking at or what I'm hearing here, man. Here we have one of the first pages. The game is playing at a stalwart 15 FPS probably already. A big thing about this genre of game is that it needs to be optimized. You have a lot of things going on the screen at the same time, and it is very useful to make things easy to figure out at a moment's glance from other human beings. So when I'm looking at all the crap that's on the screen, like there's a chest over there, but it doesn't really stand out from everything else that's there. But if I stand on it, I'm sure, yeah, we get to open it. And we get 1 armor from, I have no idea. There's all this stuff happening on the button. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? New urns spawned. All right, character, projectiles, max minions. Sure, give me more skeletons. It's just a mess of shit on the screen. But what does any of it mean? I just severely can't believe for a second that the people that made, well, I say that the people, the AI bots that made this, like, have a love for this genre, man. It's totally, this is the product of a bunch of guys going, hell yeah. And I do not believe that it goes any deeper than that, you know? Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, dude, we should make our own Vampire Survivors. Oh, hell yeah. What would we do with it? Oh, it'd be like necromancers and skeletons and shit. Oh hell yeah. What else would we have? Oh yeah, we'd have like a bunch of like stats, and you can open up all this stuff in the game, and that gives you like 1 billion stats from it. You get like super strong, man. Hell yeah. Okay, where the hell am I right now? Presumably I have to stand in the middle. I have no idea if this is actually doing anything. It appears that things were spinning. I'm in my head, like, I'm assuming that we have to kill things inside the circle. Okay, we did something. The ritual complete. And then it fires like 30 different stats at us that have all been changed in some very small way. Here's the thing, man. When it comes to games like this, I'm okay with like the game throwing a bajillion stats at me, but you need, even if it's for just a second, you need to like stop and make that number known. Having like a kill feed at the left side of the screen that's like, oh yeah, by the way, here's all the stuff that you just got, but that you're never ever going to be able to read because there is 200 enemies on the screen that you're trying to weave your way between. It's just never going to happen, man. The enemies, everything just kind of blends into each other. It's a disaster, man. Nothing stands out. Everything is just a gray and brown mess. Let's go with area of effect. A bone hail has appeared. Multiple bone hail have appeared. It's also like no animations at all. I appreciate that like Vampire Survivor doesn't have animations, but like you literally have a 0 budget. You're telling me that you couldn't figure out a little bit of animation for any of this? Like my skeletons aren't even moving. They're not even doing a little to indicate that they're attacking. So I genuinely have no idea if the minions that I have on the screen are actually doing anything, which, as you would imagine, is a bit of a problem from a player feedback perspective here. Okay, let's go for more life drain targets so that we can continue to suck stuff up. We've almost killed these bone hails here. We've collected 5,000 souls, which I'm sure is pretty good. And the noises in the audio are quite loud. It's difficult for me to parse whether or not like I have a build that's actually doing anything here because I genuinely do not know what's going on. I mean, I'm walking directly into enemies here and I'm apparently still alive. So that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and get all let's go all minion damage. I'd like them to do something. I can't tell if they're clearing out enemies here. Okay, well, one of them dropped a scroll. What does that scroll do? Crimson Rain. Blood droplets fall from the sky, damaging it. Oh, okay, I think I replaced something there, but it didn't really give me any indication as to what it replaced. What the fuck is going on, brother? I'm so lost, man. You can zoom in as well, which is like really strange. How far can you zoom in? I mean, this is the max you can zoom in. It took me forever, but we did manage to zoom in. Okay, why don't we get moving? Gotta get those tome pages going. I'm taking 1 billion damage here, but apparently I'm managing to heal up. Let's go for legendary life drain, because that seems to be keeping me alive pretty hard. Enough to the point where I can literally just walk through enemies, which is pretty cool. I am not really interested in making any tremendous effort in survival here. New urn spawn, defeat Guardian to claim it. I don't have the first fucking idea what you're talking about, Chief. I'm just gonna keep going. Another tome page has been collected. I think there's something over there. Let's add more bone spear projectiles. I mean, we may as well just get the pages, I suppose. I don't know what I'm walking through, brother, but I'm just walking through it. Let's continue to life drain. It feels kind of cheap what I'm doing, but it does seem to be working. I mean, even the terrain and the ground underneath me is just so everything is so gray, brown, and dark green. It's just like diabolically lacking flair, like criminally lacking flair here, and it makes me sad, and I can't parse any of the shit that is happening on my screen. Okay, we have enough. What do we want here? Soul burn, have that do a little bit more damage. Sure, why not? Defeat Lothar to unlock the portal. And where would that be? I mean, we can try and take out some of these big lads that are hovering around this general region, but I mean, the game, here's the issue with AI code. Making a game in AI, if you don't have any idea what you're doing, you're realistically making a game that you cannot really change too much, right? If you're like, I want to make, what do we get here? Bone wall? I do not want a barricade of bones. If you're making a game and you are a programmer, you know what you're doing, but you kind of want to cut out a little bit of the middleman and save yourself some time. You're like, I could probably do this, but I know exactly what I'm asking for, and I can ask ChatGPT or whatever to write the code for me, and then you change it yourself. I'm like, you know what, man? Like, whatever you want to do. I can kind of understand that to some degree, right? You put it in, you're like, that looks right, or it doesn't look right. So why don't we change things up a little bit? Why don't we make some adjustments to it and then turn it into a human product? Okay, that I'm like, whatever. Listen, I'm not, you're the programmer here. I don't have any idea. I'm gonna take the bone golem, and bone armor I'm gonna get rid of, and yeah, I mean, it could inflict bleeding wounds. Can I just keep taking spells? But if you are having like a severe problem with optimization like this game is here, right, where this is almost certainly gonna be the average player experience at a certain point, because like Megabonk, Vampire Survivors, Soulstone Survivors, like I can't think of like any game that struggles this hard 9 minutes in. I mean, it doesn't look like a great experience 9 minutes in to somebody who's watching it on YouTube or on Twitch or what have you, but it's certainly like a viewable experience where you can like kind of see what's happening here. But this is unparsable information, and I'm supposed to find a portal. But yeah, if you're putting your code in and you're generating your game and stuff like that, and you don't really have all that much experience in being able to like alter it and adjust it and make things happen, then you're gonna end up with an unoptimized mess that plays like this, but you don't know how to fix it. And listen, I know exactly what they're doing. They just want the publicity. There's a lot of publicity to be had, and they probably rushed to get this out the door because it was like one of the first ever only AI games ever made thus far, right? And I'm sure we're going to see plenty of it down the line. I very much doubt anybody apart from people that are very heavily adapting to the medium that is AI are going to part with their hard-earned money on this. Nobody that has any real care of games is going to buy this or play this. And even the people that buy it just because they want to support the message, I would be extremely willing to say they're not actually going to spend any time on this. I have a big sneaking suspicion that if and when this game does come out, what do we get here? Let's go for Bone Spear cooldowning. That'd be very good. Go back. I have a big sneaking suspicion, man. You're going to see a lot of positive reviews on this game for people that have 0.2 hours on it because they got to like the 10-minute mark and they're like, you know what, man? Fuck this. I can't even play it. I'm determined to find Lothar and unlock the portal. The music, I was going to say the music has completely stopped. I want to let this be known as well. This is on 1 times enemy spawn. I think I had the option for like 4 times or 8 times enemy spawning. God help this poor game if it was forced to be put through its paces like that, man. I don't think there's any way it would have survived. Where's this portal, man? I got a relic cryptmaster, sorry, somewhere in the cut. Well, he's dead. I cannot see, man. I can't see a thing. Help me, man. We picked up an artifact, the Vampire's Visage. Lifesteal per level. That's pretty good for what we're trying to do, which is lifesteal and survive infinitely, I suppose. Now, I'm going to try and walk across the battlefield to where the portal is. I do not know where it is or what it is or how it works because there isn't really a tremendous amount of information that is parsable that's being given to me. I think actually I can see on my screen a very, very small blue circle that is just hovering around my character. Imperceptible to the naked eye for the most part, but I can see it there. Sure, let's raise some skelly boys and let's head down. It's somewhere in this direction. The music, the sound effects, they're all bugging out, man. This is not I mean, it was lagging and it was having a bad time when we did not have a lot of enemies on the screen, and now there is. There's a whole lot more, man. Ah, there he is. There's Lothar. I mean, at least you can't really tell it's AI when like everything is flashing and there's no like really any visible parsable things on the screen. Hey, we got him. We got him. Let's escape through the portal. We did it. Victory. Back to the character up. What an absolute disaster that was. I'm really sorry. I guess we unlock these things as we progress. We've got some upgrades available now for souls. Increase your base damage, movement speed, critical chance, armor. They're all just the exact same icon. Spell slots. We can unlock another spell slot with some souls. Necromancy. We unlock spells with which to use. Everything is like so low resolution. But because it's AI, I don't really know. Can you just put an image in and say like upscale this for me, please? Would that work? I have no idea. This is a disaster of a survivor's like. I actually genuinely don't know what to say about it at this point, because like even from like the first minute, you could tell it was unoptimized. It just abides by absolutely no game design ethoses that make any sense. The game doesn't like give you a whole lot of information to go on. I appreciate that not every single game has to hold your hand through the whole process, but it's just a mess of things flashing on your screen, and I think it's trying to trick your brain into like injecting dopamine. But it's just simply not going to do that. I mean, I played one single game. We got like what, 12 achievements. For the life of me, I have absolutely, I mean, killed 1 million enemies. I mean, I don't know, how many did I kill? Did I kill a lot of enemies there? 50,000. We didn't get that many souls. It's so easy to add a bajillion things when there's no effort. The thing is, and I think this is like a vaguely good lesson, it's super easy to just be like, let's add this, let's add that, let's add this. Oh, we can just add like 50 achievements. Oh, we can add like 100 spells. We can add a bajillion characters. Like, bro, look how many characters our game has. It's still in demo. But like, the thing is, because you are not abiding by the same laws of thermodynamics that game developers go through, wherein they have to make sure that they do not like creep scope this in any regard. That being like when game developers get a little bit too into adding new features and not actually polishing the things that they've made. If you're not abiding by that and you're just adding a bajillion different systems and a bajillion different things, it's going to make your game, first of all, run horribly. Second of all, be a complete mess for any new player to get into. This is a disaster. And I honestly, I was expecting it to be like a rough time, but I didn't think that it would be from like minute one laggy and within 2 minutes be unable to tell anything that's on the screen, because it's all using the same brown, gray, dark green color palette that makes everything melt into the fucking same, thing. Codex Mortis, it shall not be receiving my money when it releases. However, Godspeed to the prompt engineer that set this game up and got it off the ground. You got my attention. You got the attention of quite a few people. There's been a lot of articles written about this game, which I presume was the intended function of this to begin with. If you're an AI bro and you're very interested in this game, good luck and Godspeed. Their Discord server has 8 people in it, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that public perception and anticipation for this game is not very high. Regardless, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. Good to play another video game, if you could call it that. If you did enjoy this video and you want to see more stuff like it, silly little interest fluff stories from across the internet, then go ahead and give your boy a sub. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. See you all next time. Bye.